So this one it was definitely a departure for us. We sort of felt that on EPs we could get away with just doing our full fat, all fun, all bouncy all the time.
Yeah.
We sort of felt that we needed to give something new a go, and we did that stylistically throughout the album. But we'd never done a song like this, so we just kind of sat down and someone came up with the guitar hook, and it just sort of snowballed a bit. I suppose would be the way to do it. I mean, this is my favourite named song on the album, simply for the reason that we named it, which was literally just that it sounds cool. I met someone from Shanghai, and they was like, "Oh wow, that's amazing! Like, you know, have you been there? Like, what about Shanghai inspired you to name a song after it?" And I was like, "Nothing." So it's sort of like serene and calm and very pretty.
Yeah.
And the person was like, "No, there's nothing like that." It was just like, it's pretty, but like it's a huge city. And I was just like, okay. I was like, well, it's still called Shanghai.
Yeah.
So
the funny thing about the name of it as well is that so when you guys write your songs and you come up with your demos, you name them.
Yeah.
All of your demos have names.
Most of them are ridiculous.
Most of them are pretty out there. And then when I write my lyrics, then the actual name of the song will come out of the lyrics.
Yeah.
But with this one, there wasn't anything that I could come up with, or that any of us could come up with, that we liked more than the demo name, which was Shanghai.
Yeah.
So we decided to just keep it.
Yeah. It's the only working title that survived onto the album.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's the only one that was approaching like anywhere near like being appropriate for release.
Yeah.
The rest of them were just awful.
Yeah, the rest of them like would never see the light of day as song names.
People will never know.
They'll never know
what we called the takeoff and things like that.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, I was thinking that one. I think this is probably the most vocal-oriented song we have.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, the story that the lyrics tell is like, it's like you're there, which is one of the things that it doesn't feel like a person singing, it feels like something that you should already know.
Yeah.
I think is
I like that.
Which is why people identify with it.
When I was writing it, you know, knowing very well that because everything else had been stripped back so much, that the focus was going to be on, you know, the vocals and the lyrics that were being sung, it did make it difficult for me. And rather than sort of really getting bogged down in it and trying to come up with something amazing, I went in a completely different direction, and I was brutally open and honest with it instead.
It's extremely vulnerable.
Yeah.
Song.
And I remember I think I actually cried as I wrote it, because I was, it was being that open and vulnerable about it was a bit scary. And the things I was writing about were things that I'd never said out loud. So to know that they were going to be going on a song that loads of people would hear, it was a bit scary, but at the same time, it was a bit therapeutic.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, I always say to people that like the best thing about music is that like musicians get to sing songs and shout about things that people won't even talk about.
Yeah.
And I think this is a very kind of good example of that.
Yeah, definitely.